We're at the car wash, finally spring is here. I've made some headway on the BC Racing coilovers. In this video, I'm gonna share the settings directly that BC Racing gave me for the optimal setup on my 2008 Audi R8. So you guys know, in this channel, I've had these BC Racing coilovers replace the magnetic ride suspension that I originally had on this car. Unfortunately, the suspension for all of these Audi R8s on the mag rides, they all go bust. So I went, replaced it with BC Racing. They were kind enough to send me their coilover kit. Now, I was experiencing some bounciness on these coilovers. I didn't know what it was. I tried fine tuning the rebound, trying to get it a little bit stiffer. I especially noticed this out on the track. Finally, I went ahead, I got some new settings from BC Racing after talking to them about some of the experiences I had. Now I'm gonna share them with you. I've been trying this out on the street the last couple weeks and I'm really happy with it. Now I really think it's like 98, 99% of the way there compared to the magnetic ride suspension, which is awesome. So I'm gonna share what those settings are. So originally, BC Racing had the springs actually swapped in terms of their spring rate. So I'm gonna give you the settings. These are the settings that I've been using on this car on the street, and I've noticed it and it's awesome. I love these settings on the street. I am gonna be trying it on the track. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video. You can see in the previous videos in the track, a little bit bouncy. We're gonna find out how it is now with this setup for the BC Racing coilovers on this Audi R8. So here are the settings that you actually wanna follow. This spec is the proper spec. The rear arch height must be 360 millimeters. The front arch height must be 350 millimeters. The spring rates. You want the 14 kilogram front spring rate and you want the 12 kilogram spring rate in the rear. The strut bodies from top edge to bottom bolt should be 220 millimeters and you should be 20 clicks on dampers all around from the soft setting. So you want to set the ride height with the spring platforms, not the damper body length. These damper body lengths are only suited for the arch heights stated. So those are the settings that you want to use. And this is what, you know, after some back and forth with BC Racing, they said, try these settings out. It's going to make the ride stiffer and less bouncy. And it definitely has. I'm really happy with it. You guys can see also, it's a pretty low ride. I would say just maybe a little bit lower than stock that I originally had, but I'm really happy with this now. So, you know, again, OEM price for those magnetic ride suspension pieces is about $1,800 a corner. I got the entire kit for about 2,000 Canadian dollars, which is a huge bargain. Now, obviously, there's lots of other options out in the market. I'm just telling you from my personal experience, for the money, it couldn't have honestly been a better choice for this car. Obviously, struggled with that little bit of bounciness. And by the way, I'm being very critical. It was a little bit bouncy in some parts compared to the magnetic ride suspension. It was still a great suspension setup all around, but I noticed it. I'm taking it to the track. I'm doing some spirited driving. I wanted to go ahead and work this out, but BC Racing, obviously, cares about their product. They worked with me over email to get it right. They sent me a new set of springs as well to go ahead and follow those spring rates for the front and the back. And I've been really happy with it. We'll see. I'll do some long-term testing. We'll see how it is, but I'm really happy with it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment box down below. Happy to answer them. And I installed these by myself at home. If you haven't seen that video, I'll also link it in the card above, but it wasn't that hard to install at home. That's the other amazing thing about the 2008 Audi R8. Really is one of the easiest cars or supercars to work on. Like, I couldn't have replaced maybe a Lamborghini suspension or Ferrari suspension at home. I was able to do it with my dad, a little bit of help from my dad, and it was honestly pretty simple and easy. So again, if you have any questions related to the Audi R8, this spring setup, the suspension setup, let me know. I'll keep you guys posted on the performance of these. I'm excited to take it to the track again as we go up to Mosport and really see how it does. But I've been really happy with it again. I'll link them in the description box down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.